Greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night after the last day of August? This is the night, which is 9 p.m., which is right after the last day of August, which yesterday was the day, which was Sunday, August 31st, 2025. We're in the night now after that day. And this is Fight Fire with Truth. This is Fight Fire with Truth here, here today. And don't forget, we on every night after Sunday, which they call it Sunday night, but the night after Sunday, which would say they would say Sunday night, but it's actually the night after Sunday. This is like I said, the last day. Last day was yesterday of August. Tomorrow is September 1st. That's tomorrow, and also tomorrow night. I can say the night on tomorrow or tomorrow night, it'll be the first. We'll be here with Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. But other than that, we're here right now. This is open conversation, which is Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. So if anybody come in, they have anything they want to say, talk about, or share, we can sit down, have a conversation about whatever it is that we need to talk about, or could talk about, or just put out in the air. But other than that, we're going to go with the prayer right now. After the prayer, whatever that comes for us to speak on tonight, we can talk on. So right now, we'll go with our prayer and then go from there. Blessed be thou, Father of the universe, that bring forth all living creatures forth from the earth. Blessed be thou, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be the Father of Israel. Blessed be the Father of 12 tribes of Israel. Thank you, Father, for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep giving us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, life, health, and strength, food, shelter, and clothing. Let us be happy. Let us be happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and prosperous in all that we do. We ask you to keep leading and guiding us, that we can help leading, so we can help leading and guiding others in your knowledge, your word, your ruach, and your way. We thank you for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep us in your way and in your graces. We ask you to keep your arm protection around us at all times. Help us in every way. Allow us to see and understand your word, know your word, and understand your word, and retain your word and your knowledge and your law, that we may help not only retain it for us, for our families and our friends, and help others learn to know your information and your word and will as well. We ask you to forgive us of any sins that we have done against you, your word, your of the law, and we ask you to forgive us, our ancestors, and our forefathers for what we have done against you, your word, and your law, and your spirit. We ask you to help us in every way, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, or spiritual. In all these things we pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise you Almighty. Praise you Almighty. All right. So we're here tonight, another night, which is Fight Fire with Truth. And as of yesterday on the Sabbath, we were sharing information on, excuse me, 1 Samuel chapter 19 and 1 Samuel chapter 20. We were speaking on Saul tries to kill David. Saul tried to kill David. That was our conversation yesterday, And in that conversation, we had a few other things going on, and there was a statement made about our purpose. So remember that coming up, and all of us have a purpose here. So there's nobody here to have a conversation with at the moment. So we always talk about our purpose in life. What's your purpose? What is your purpose? A lot of people don't even know their purpose in life. A lot of people are just living. They're just here. Some is just living and some just getting by, but some haven't figured out why. Excuse me. Many haven't figured out why they're here, why they are here. Why are you here? Why are you here in this plane? Why are we here? What is our purpose here in the earth? What is your purpose? Do you ask yourself that question? Have you ever thought about asking yourself that question? What is our purpose? We all have a purpose, just like a body. We all have different organs, different ligaments, fingers. And like I said, if y'all don't know what happened with me, I cut my finger, I think a week and a half ago, 2 Mondays ago. Not this month, not money just passed, but the money before. I was out cutting oh boy. I was doing I was shredding the lawn with the shredders, and I'm picking up shrubs, and then the shredder come on, or shall I say the shredder came on for a quick minute, but pushed it by mistake, and then it cut my cord. So I was trying to cut the cord and had a razor blade, and as I was cutting and rushing it, and I had gloves on. I didn't have gloves on, shall I say? I should have my gloves on, and I cut across it, and it split across my my uh my pinky finger, right across the knuckle. And I tried to hold it up. That mother went down like that. I said, "Oh, I gotta go to the hospital." So ended up going to the hospital, getting it stitched up. After getting it stitched up, I had to find a doctor that would put my tendon together. I didn't cut it to the bone, but I did cut the tendon. So that's the reason why I had to have surgery. My hand is it's not broken, but my tendon did get cut. So I had to have surgery. And that's the reason why I have this wrapped at this time. So, but other than that, just to let you know why I have the situation on. But other than that, we all have a purpose here on this earth. We have a purpose, and a lot of people don't know their purpose. A lot of people, like I said, they're just living. They're just living. A lot of people are just doing what they can. A lot is just getting in and getting by, right? But do you ever ask yourself, what's your purpose? Why are you here? Do you ever have a thought? Why am I here? What am I here for? What am I doing? Do you ever ask yourself that question? I used to when I was younger. And not knowing or understanding, you know, I I've just been on a search. But do you notice that at a certain age, like in our teenage years or a little older, adolescent, not adolescent, excuse me, young adult, teenage or young adult years, we start to think, about the Creator. Our minds move toward the Creator, towards God. That's a lot of people say. I like saying Creator. A lot of people start thinking about the Creator. You know, they're going to search and start to seek to find the Creator. You know? Everybody, no, not everybody, because some people mind they just living. Some people just my life is my life. But we all made it here. It's a purpose behind the reason we made it here. It's a purpose behind it. And what trips me out, excuse me, some people here, they just here, they don't value life. They don't think about life. People out here murdering and killing, and a lot of people don't even think about the Creator. A lot of people have been taught, and they have allowed their minds to be taught against the Creator. I'm saying Creator, the one that the consciousness of all things, the consciousness of the universe. And like I was sharing yesterday, I cannot get and fathom and understand why people cannot understand that life, this breath of life, is life. What's wrong with this situation? The breath of life is life. Nature is life. And a lot of people don't even pay it any attention. A lot of people, especially the city, people in the city, they so busy moving, they just knowing they're just going to the next thing. All they doing is thinking about the next thing, the next best thing, the next great money, 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 and whatever they can do, the best car, the best this, the best that, clothing, it's materialism. They're materialistic. And this system got everybody in the chokehold. Might as well look at it. The system has everybody mindset on materialism. There you go. Spiritual is not material. See, spiritual is when you think of things of the spiritual law and of the universal laws. Excuse me. Karma, dharma, which is universal. Treat your neighbor as you want to be treated. That's spiritual. These things we're supposed to be observing within ourselves and amongst other people. Actually, we're supposed to observe ourselves through the eyes of others. Excuse me. We're supposed to observe ourselves through the eyes of others. When someone share with you what they see or think or have you, and it's an old saying, or there is a saying, everybody can't be telling the same lie. A lot of times, a lot of us don't listen to what's being said, and we go on our own minds and not realizing that we're hurting ourselves by not listening to other people. Especially if two people are saying are saying the same thing if they don't even know each other. That's something to look at. This is the universe talking to you through them. See, a lot of people don't even understand what the Creator, God, or however you want to call it, the Almighty is. They don't even understand Him. The Almighty is consciousness, imagination. That's the Creator. Your imagination is the image that He made you in His image of. You know what I'm saying? Your imagination is your image of Yah, the Creator. The Creator created all things, so we are creators. And by being creators, that's why the earth is the way it is now. Excuse me. So, other than that, we here doing what we do, building, growing, observing, and making things happen. And one thing a lot of us don't realize is that the prophecies is happening right now, and the world is in disarray because of prophecy that people don't know, nor do they realize. They don't know it. They don't even understand it because they don't take the time to understand what's going on around them. Who's in charge? Why are they in charge? The reason why they're in charge. What they have done to be in charge. This is where we at now. And it takes the same thing that they put you in servitude. It's going to take that same thing to take you out of servitude. It's going to take the same thing to take you out. But the people don't know it. Some people are limited in their information. They're limited. They only want to go only so far because they think this is it and this is the all. But it's a whole lot more that it says my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It's a whole lot more knowledge that people need to know that they can't even see, nor understand, nor do they realize. And I'm just thankful that the Father has allowed me to see, understand, and to know what I know today. And I know I don't know it all, but I know a great deal compared to what I used to do 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. I know a great deal. You know what I'm saying? It's 2015. 2016, 2026 will be 10 years. So 10 years ago today, I knew more than I did even in 10 years. Now, within the last 5 years, I've learned a great deal more. Within this last year, I've learned a great deal more. That's what I've learned. But it all depends on what you apply yourself to. The Creator will lead and guide you if you're open-minded to hear, seek, and learn and understand. You know? So I'm just here at the moment, and my main thing, like I said, I shared that yesterday, and this just hit my mind since no one's here. What's your purpose? What is your purpose? I know I made a purpose by telling the Creator when I was in Europe. If you brought me to the truth, I'll put the truth in songs and writing and give it to the world. It's up to the world to accept it or reject it. I want to share something with you, and just hit me. And what we're doing in the remnant as we grow. Share something with you. Jeremiah 31. I'm going to share something with y'all here. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not here to convince you to do anything. I'm here to open your mind, and I share information. I'm not here to tell you right or wrong, but I tell you what I stand on. What I come to know, and on this platform, I give the truth of what I come to know on this platform. But if people want to believe what they want to believe, I allow them to believe. I have to allow, because that's what they do. But I'll let them believe what they want to believe, because it's their choice to believe what you want to believe and to know what you want to know. So, but what I want to do is I'm going to share something here with you in a few seconds. Right here, Jeremiah 31, verse 31. I ask you, what's your purpose? What's your purpose? Jeremiah 31, verse 31 states this. It talks about the new covenant. That's my heading right here. The new covenant. Not the testimony. There was 2 testimonies and there was 2 covenants. Everybody think the testimony is the covenant, and they're completely off. I see it on my baby table over there. I think I'm still pretty good. Let me just wipe them off. Can't seem to know where my spray is at. Let me wipe these real quick. G1 is coming in. All right. Good to see you, G1. Good to see you, bro. Glad you came on through. I was just bringing up the conversation. I was talking about our conversation as of yesterday. I'm glad you came on in. I was just talking about what's our purpose. I was asking, what's our purpose? What's going, everybody that made it to this plane, everybody that came through the matrix, or shall I say, everybody that was born into this earth, this plane, has a purpose. But a lot of people don't know their purpose. So I was getting ready to go into it, as I was about to share with everybody. Jeremiah, the new covenant, and I was just saying just before you came in, is 2 covenants and it's 2 testimonies. The 2 testimonies where people are living today. The testimony of the Creator's law, which is how we're supposed to be living, and the testimony of the curse, which is what was given in the New Testament. The New Testament is the new testimony. That's the new testimony of the curse that the Creator said that was going to end up happening that people don't realize. But where I'm at right now, I'm in the new covenant. See, it was 2 covenants. It was the blood covenant in Exodus chapter 24, verse 8 through 24, verse 1 through 8. Your key verses is 3, 7, and 8. I'm saying 6, 7, and 8, but 3. I'll say 6, 7, and 8, but 7 and 8 is your key besides 3 in Exodus chapter 24. But that was the blood covenant. That was the first covenant. That's the covenant that they broke. And we're about to read that now. But this is the new covenant. And this is the reason why I'm asking about what's your purpose? What is our purpose here on this earth? Why are we here? Why are we existing on this plane in this time? So I just wanted to make a point at this point right here, the new covenant, which is where we actually are today, and we're growing daily at this time. It says, Jeremiah 31 verse 31 states, the new covenant. That's the heading. And it says, behold, the days come, saith Yah. This is the Creator talking. Behold, the days come, saith Yah, that I will make a new covenant. A new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. If you notice, it says Israel, but Judah is the head tribe. 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break. Although I was a husband unto them, saith Yah. 33 is your key. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yah, I will put my law in their inward parts. His law is going to be within you. When he put his law within us, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts. The Creator said he's going to put the law within us. A lot of people don't know their purpose, but this is one purpose that we all are supposed to have and we're all supposed to be doing. If we're going to be a part of the Creator's kingdom. Because there's a separation happening in this day right now. But the key is if we're going to be a part of the Creator's kingdom. So, and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. So those who the Creator has written, he's written his anointing, those who he has anointed, those who he has done a certain situation with spiritually and written it in their hearts, which is in their minds and in their hearts. They're going to turn to him. They're going to start to keep his law. And this is the key right here to our purpose. It says, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother. Me, I share with what I know. And when I'm sharing what I know because there's many that don't know what I've come to know. But I'm also gaining on knowledge with that I don't know. But like I said, this is my 30th year since my spiritual awakening. And in my 30 years, I've gained to know a great deal of information and in many different areas. But I may not seem like or act like, but it's a lot that I know. And I don't try to come off like I know everything. I don't try to come off like that. People may feel that way, but I don't try to be like that. I just try to let it be known what I've come to know, and I share information. That's why I like talking about, I'm teaching you, I'm do all that. But we all teach each other. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. Saying, no, Lord, no, come here, this is how you do it. No. For they shall all know me from the least of them unto the greatest of them. And the way to know him is when he write his law in your inward parts. That's how you're going to know him. When he write his law, and the only way to write his law in your inward parts is if we pick up the book and start to read what he say, according to what he said in the first 5 books and what he said according to his prophets. See, the prophets was given information in order for us to know, to find out the testimony of the curse and the blessing. That's the difference from the covenant. The covenant is what he said he's going to do to us. The testimony is what we're going to follow. We're going to follow his laws or we're going to follow the curse. And you may be following the curse and not realizing it. For they shall all know me from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith Yah. For I will forgive their iniquity and I will remember their sin no more. Why he ain't going to remember our sin? Because we can't sin because he's going to write the law. Now, the key, I keep telling people, is the law. We got a lot of the quote-unquote Christian world, which your Savior in the New Testament was never a Christian. You'll never find out that he said that he was a Christian. That was the name they tagged on him after Antioch. And they just said, well, this is what it means, so that's what he was. No, he wasn't a Christian. And I will remember their sin no more. And this is his confirmation, 35 through 37. Thus saith Yah, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and the stars for a light by night. See that? Which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yah of hosts is his name. 36. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yah, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation from before, being a nation before me forever. See, that's his word. The Creator said that. Well, that's the word of man. The Creator speak through man, man speak to the people, and have written it down for people to come to know. Verse 37. Thus saith Yah, still the Creator talking. When he speak in my name, when a prophet speak in my name, thus saith Yah, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath. And no one can do that. We say, we talk, but no one can actually search out the earth beneath or the heavens above. I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yah. He said he'll cast them off. But his word that he'll never do that. So this goes to show that he can't lie. And he's saying this to show you that he can't lie. So what is our purpose? Our purpose is to keep the law, seek the Creator, and build on the law. If we searching and seeking and getting in this word ourselves, in due time, whatever we help each other with, whatever someone is telling, like people tell me stuff all the time. I learned a lot from people in my time past to come to know what I know today. And I put pieces of the puzzle together to understand certain things compared to just trying to find things on my own. So it's a lot that I've come to know, a lot. And like I said, it's more than just one genre. Because it's a portion in here when it talks about the iron rod. And the iron rod is how we're going to take control of ourselves. This is how we come out of poverty. This is how we come out of the slave mentality and slavery. The iron rod is going to take us from what put us in slavery. It's going to be the same iron rod is going to take us out with paperwork. That paperwork is what's going to do it. A lot of people think just following the law is just it. It's a lot more that goes with it. Yes. See, the people don't know, nor do they understand that Esau's blessing, he's holding his blessing to the utmost right now. Whether y'all want to believe Esau still exists, he don't exist, or he's the white man, black, whoever y'all think he's the Arab, don't make a difference. I don't care. I got people saying Esau is this and that, and they too busy trying to looking at skin color or certain type of people. His seed is in every nation. No different than our seed is in every nation. His seed is in every nation. So, how can you pick one specific being if your seed is in every nation? And it was something I shared earlier today. Somebody quoted on one of my pages, on one of my posts, and I actually made a repost on it. Not a repost. I made a comment on it. Someone's talked about being in the land of the captivity, right? Saying the children of Israel said, how can you do this and you still in the land of your captivity? And I said to be to realize or in realization or however I said it, I said the world has been in captivity since the Greek and Roman era. The whole world. Everybody think, well, we got to go back to our land. We can't do nothing in the unclean land. The whole world is in captivity. See how these two just came together. Same like what I tell you about the iron rod. This right here. The whole world is in captivity under the iron rod. And guess who that iron rod is? Your birth certificate, social security card, and the ID that you carry pertaining to your trust that was made for you at birth. The whole world, that's just coming out. See how the Spirit just bring it? The whole world is under captivity. It's in captivity, not just under, in captivity. And until you get the knowledge to come off from under the captivity with the Chicken George had to have a piece of paper to get out off of under captivity, didn't he? Well, you got it's a piece of paper. Okay, but, oh, you got me, huh? My baby on it today.
Speak on that.
That's it, ain't it, baby?
Yes, sir.
The iron rod. This is what put us in. It's gonna be the same thing that take us out. So this is where we are today. I know my purpose. That's why I asked, what's your purpose? I know my purpose. I know why I'm here. I know what I've come to learn. I know what I am here to share as I grow. Because like I said, I don't know it all. But what I do know, you getting steps. We going up Jacob's ladder. We getting out of here. And what do I mean by that? Zephaniah chapter 2. Let's go ahead and hit it real quick. Here we go, right here. Dang, right on it. Open right to it. See how the Father, that's how I know the Father with me. Zephaniah chapter 2, I'm do the first 3 verses. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. That's us. We are those people who are not desired.
Nobody likes us.
No, they don't. We are those people who are not desired. We are the nation. Quote unquote blacks. They call them African American, which is a byword in the proverb.
2 continents.
Yeah, 2 continents. Thank you, baby. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired. Verse 2. This is Zephaniah 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of Yah come upon you, before the day of Yah's anger come upon you. The Creator's anger is already upon us because we don't keep His law. That's the bottom line right there. We don't keep the law. By not keeping the law, He's angry. He had the law here from the beginning. And then He has mercy on the people because He know that the people didn't know because the ancestors didn't teach what they supposed to taught them to know what they need to know to be where we are today. And it's a lot of stuff that happened in between the time of the transatlantic slave trade. A lot of things happened in between that time. It was curses put on the people that came over here, and it was a lot of things happening in between that time from people being here, transferred across. We are already across the world.
They terrorized them.
Come in here if you're going to talk, baby. Got to make sure they hear you.
They terrorized the people so that they wouldn't teach their children. Because of the beatings and the lynchings and things like that. Some of them were just afraid to teach because they didn't want their children killed or going through those things that the others was going through. And
that's the reason why most of the women got what would you call it? Not transferred. They were more apt to be like, do what they say. Do that, you know. And what's that? The Willie Lynch letter.
Yeah.
I know you want to say something, G1, on this situation.
Yeah.
I hit verse 3 real quick. Seek ye Yah. Here we go.
Well, that's funny. I was listening to somebody talk about that in relationship to, I was watching some Dr. York, but he was talking about how, he was back in the day, he would go to church and ask questions about certain things, and in Bible study school and all of that, and if it was something that kind of like made them have to answer a question, or it was kind of contradicting what they was talking about, he would get told to his grandmother, and then his grandmother would whoop him and say, don't be asking these kind of things, and what stuff like that, like how you said, kind of like they had kept indoctrinating that era from even asking certain questions.
That's right.
Or it was kind of like they would make it seem like it's blasphemy when you play it, like stop playing with God and all of that if you raise these certain issues or contradictions or things that don't seem to add up. You know what I mean? They use the woman as the mother, the grand big mama, and all of them to kind of keep it in check.
That's right.
But yeah, right.
That's right, bro. That's 100% right. They did. That's what they did with our women. That's the reason why they got the women in charge today. That's why they got the feminist movement so high today. Most of the women.
That's the reason they've also got the black men out of the household, men, period. Nowadays, they don't want to see the nuclear family, the mom, the woman, the child. They want to see all of this twisted stuff going on. And even, what was his name? Behold the Pale Horse?
There you go.
William Cooper.
There you go, Cooper.
They would dismantle the family unit. And so, yeah, they don't even want a man in the household nowadays and stuff like that. But yeah, especially for back in the day, you have to get in order to get welfare, you couldn't have a man around and all of that stuff.
That's right.
Those are all things pushed by the feminist groups in order to, like you said, to dismantle family and chaos. They run order out of chaos. You know what I mean?
That's right.
As long as there's a man to lead, because man needs to lead. It needs to, man is mine, and that's what leads. You know what I mean? A man is supposed to take charge of the household.
There you go.
It's no disrespect to women or anything like that, but that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And so feminist movement, like you said, with the whole equality thing, and they want to be equal, it's going out of hand. Now I understand, certain women were being held, and down and abused in certain ways. And so I agree with them having certain rights.
Yeah.
Not certain rights. I agree with them having the rights, that they were fighting for, but then they got twisted. Like all movements, they get usurped and then turned around into something else. Because everything has a dual purpose. You talk about purposes. Everything has a dual-edged sword, like they say, a dual-edged sword. So, like they say, the same thing that make you laugh can make you cry. So they can turn these things around and flip them and reverse it. That's what the whole technology is. They'll take something that seems like it has knowledge of purpose, and then they'll reverse it and use it backwards way. But yeah, that's what I'll say on that.
You're on point, bro. You 100% right. And that's right. Because that's exactly what it is. They take things and they twist it. And by they twisting it, see, the system will go one way. We looking at it going this way, then they did like Queen Mother always say, a bait and twist, a bait and switch. So they'll do one thing and then they'll switch it for it to be something else other than what it really was supposed to be. That's the reason why Claudine was one of the first movies with James Earl Jones, and I forgot the sister name, but he was helping them. She had a family. He was helping her. Next thing you know, this woman started coming around and make sure he wasn't in the house. He hid in the closet, and he trying to help them. But then they kicked the fathers or the men out the house. Then to me, that was my base before I go into Good Times. When you see Good Times was the first family movie with James Evans and Florida. And they family, Michael Thammer, and all them together. And then next thing you know, they got the father out the house. Well, I ain't gonna say they do it. I ain't gonna say they did. It was the way that it happened in real life. But according to the story, if you look at Good Times, James was going out the house. Now you had a mother and the children. And they in the ghetto, right? Now you had the mother and children. Now all of a sudden, now the mother is gone. Now you just got the children at the house. Then now all the children grow up. They grow up on their own and stuff like that. And that's how society end up playing its way out. Society played its way out. Then it got to the point where the Caucasian man couldn't get a job. I remember Tootsie. I see it where in Tootsie, men couldn't get a job. So this guy, and I don't think it was like Miss Duffworth. A brother told me that was more like Miss Doubtfire or whatever, like that movie. But my remembrance was that men couldn't get a job. So now he had to dress as a woman to go get a job. That was my point of view on it, on Tootsie, So, but the point I'm getting at on this world has been turned upside down. The world has taken man out the house, put women in charge, no different in the garden. When Satan did what? He went to the woman. He went to the woman. The woman tricked the man. No different than today. The man today is the same as he was in the beginning. A man will I don't say kill or nothing like that, but the man will do all he can for his woman. A lot of even the women, and for all y'all women out there, I got to give you props. All you women out there that's standing up, that's telling the truth, compared to all these other women that's growing up in this feminine movement, I give you, I don't want to say praise, but I give you props. Say what, baby?
Your flowers.
Your flowers. There you go. Thank you, baby. I give y'all ladies your flowers for standing up, telling the truth on the things that's going on. Putting women in their place, because they're too busy trying to say they think they're too good for Cheesecake Factory and don't even have the money to do the stuff that they expect for a man to do for them. So, world is changing whether people see it or not. People see it and they don't see it. But I tell you what's happening. Isaiah 4:1 is heading soon, and it's happening faster. I didn't say slowly but surely. It's happening faster than usual. And let's talk about 7 women taking hold of 1 man. That means that women are going to be taking hold of men. Why? Because of prophecy and because time is coming. The time is up. A lot of these women are going to start to see that all the stuff that I'm going to get to that in a minute, matter of fact. But let me go to verse 3. It says, seek ye Yah, which is his law. Seek ye the Lord, which is seek ye Yah, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, which is his law. Seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of Yah's anger. See, if we start to seek meekness, start to seek his word, seek his law, start understanding, start being meek. Let's get together. Let's start understanding each other. Let's build together. Let's reason together. The more we start to do that, and then the Creator will endow us with the real knowledge that he will have for us to know, then we can start to grow. Not about arguing, bucking, fighting. Well, this is what it is. No, myself, I leave you where you at. I'm like, well, this is what I've come to know. I'm going to share with you what I've come to know. And as I share with you what I come to know, all I can do is give you what I come to know. But if you share with me what you know, I'm going to take it in. I'm going to observe it according to the word. And as I observe it according to the word, I'm going to say, okay, he may have some that I can, that I can share or didn't share with me. But if I say, no, I done been there, done that, I know this, I understand that, I've been there already, I understand that, no, that don't go together, that's for me to know on my point of view. I let it be known, but I'm not a debater. I'm not going to debate on what I come to know compared to what I don't know. I'm like, okay, I consider it. I consider what I don't know to look up and check it out. Once I do that, I say, okay, cool. And I'm a man of my word. I said, well, I was wrong. I'll tell you quick. Well, I was wrong. So like I said about my finger, I should have had my glove on. But I cut my egg. But it is what it is. I'm not too proud to say I'm wrong about something because I know I'm not a know-it-all. I know I don't know everything. I know I don't know everything. So I don't mind being wrong about what I don't know. But what I know, I can stand on. But other than that, right here it says, I'm going to read this one more time. Zephaniah chapter 2. It says, gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of Yah come upon you, before the day of Yah's anger come upon you. Seek ye Yah, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of Yah's anger. And then they talk about Gaza right there. Remember when Trump was coming back in, they talking about Gaza? I'm just gonna give that's just a clue to me. In verse 4, it says, for Gaza shall be forsaken and Ashkelon a desolation. Remember how they were saying how, and I'm just gonna say that real quick to show you, or just not you, but I'm just saying just to show everyone, Gaza is what they were speaking of when Trump was coming into office. And it's talking about the desolation, they how it's gonna help build that back up over there. Remember? This judgment happened in 2020. This is what this is talking about from my point of view. And that for Gaza shall be forsaken. They was talking about Gaza in the beginning of this year. Or the earlier part of this year, because it wasn't the beginning this year. The actual year started in April or May. April. The end of March or beginning of April. The end of March or April. That's when the beginning of the year actually started. But we right here. So those first 3 verses, and I'm telling you, 4 was the key with Gaza and Ashkelon a desolation. Desolation means desolate. That's when it was all messed up over there. A desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. And I just wanted to make sure I get that, and I'm going to make sure I get this part. My key point is Gaza and desolation. And the main 2 key words I wanted to use in verse 4. They're my 2 key words about what's going on today. But now, so I was just talking about, before we get to the reason why about these women coming together now, because there's a lot of them talking about polygyny, polygyny, however you want to call it. Man having more than one woman, and they are actually accepting it. Matter of fact, I shared a few of them today on my Facebook. I shared it today. But check this out. Now we're going to go to 24. I'm going to tell you another point of what's going on today. We're going to start over here at chapter 3, Isaiah 3. I'm going to jump around on it because I'm going to show you some points. I ain't going to read the whole thing. Because if I do, y'all can see it all in here. I'm going to start with verse 10. Isaiah 3 and 10 through 12. I'm going to 12 first. Say ye to the righteous, say you to the righteous, that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doing. See, that's when the Creator this is where the separation is happening at. He's telling the righteous, say ye to the righteous, that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doing. This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 10. Isaiah 3 and 11 says, woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. The wicked, if you wicked and you doing stuff out there, whatever you reap, you're gonna sow. That's what it said. For the reward of his hand shall be given him. What you're gonna reap or what you're gonna sow is what you're gonna reap. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. 12, and I read here for a reason, and this is what's going on today. As for my people, this is the Creator talking, as for my people, children are their oppressors. Why? Because of their mothers. The children out here doing what they want to do. The system is allowing the children to do what they want to do as well. Oh, you can call on your what they say, I'm gonna call 911 on you. Boy, some of these parents boy, that's a whole different story with me. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. You see that? And women rule over them. This system has it set like that. This is what I'm talking about. The system is already set up. The system, see, this is what I mean by prophecy. People don't understand what prophecy really is. It says, verse 2, Isaiah 3 and 12 again. I'm just going from the beginning. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Then he says, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. They that lead you, this system that leads you, this system that leads you, O my people, they cause you to err. They cause you to fall out the way. Number one, they got you running after religion. They got you running after the curse. This system is doing that. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. What's our path? The law, the commandments. The law itself is the way. But a lot of our people are following the ways of the world. They going, oh, this is what the world, they think that whatever the world says, and this is the problem that we have today. But this is a part of the curse. Let me hit down to 14. Yah standeth up to plead, to standeth to judge the people. He said, Yah, verse 13, Yah standeth up to plead, to standeth to judge the people. And he doing it through his people. He doing it through the people like myself. I'm standing up and I'm sharing information, which is, and Yah standeth up to plead, to standeth to judge. The judge is to give you correct judgment according to the law and the stuff of the world. Standeth to judge the people. 14. Yah will enter into judgment with the ancient of his people. See? Yah will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people. His ancient of his people is actually talking about the law. The ancients is the word. And the princes thereof, for ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. The spoil of the poor. And you know that a lot of people go out here. I was looking at just yesterday. I went to go see my daughter and my granddaughters yesterday, right? Went by their house. This elder was trying to go and get like a little key, for. Let me show you something. Right? You know how they put the battery in the key? An elder across the street. I went by to my daughter. They wasn't there. And can you take me over down to her? And I said, yeah, no problem. I went over, picked him up, took him where he needed to do, did what he needed to do for him. Help the brother, help the elder out, right? Just help the elder out. And in that, reason I said that for a reason. Oh, and the prince, for ye have eaten up the vineyard and and the spoil of the poor is in your houses. This is the reason why I'm saying this. When me and him was going to AutoZone to get the battery, and then going back to the place where they was gonna put the battery in that, the cops had stopped these people on the road, right? And I'm sharing this for this purpose right here. When it says, and ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. This system is taking automobiles. Now, this is something I wanted to share with y'all. I'm telling y'all about this right here. This right here, the iron rod. This is what we need to get free. But there's levels to getting free. You have to learn all over again. So there's levels, but the iron rod is this right here. Pen and paper. So, but the key I'm sharing with you is this. These cops, when we roll past, these cops that stopped this guy. Coming back, we see a tow truck coming. They come to get this person's car. Now, what I want to share with y'all is this. For all y'all out there who was against Trump, for whatever, because I don't know, this is the system that they set up. This is their system. A lot of people don't even know the laws. They're against them, but you don't even know the laws. The reason why he's doing what he's doing, because he can't go against the law. Well, he's doing what he wanted to do. He's doing, but y'all don't even research to find out what he's doing is wrong. It's a video I wish I could play. Man, it's a video. Matter of fact, when I find it, I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna put the link in here. I'm gonna find it. This guy is he broke down and showed where in 1913 they switched everything. In 1913 they switched everything. So in 100 years they've already taken your constitution and everything from you. It's been 100 years. I'm telling you this now. I'm gonna put the link in. I'm gonna find it. I made sure I saved it. I'm going to put the link in here. This guy broke it down and he showed, I think it's either Instagram or it's either in Facebook where I got it. But wherever guy, it's going to be in all my links. Y'all going to see it in here. But the point that I'm getting at is this. He broke down and showed where World War I started in 1914, I believe. But in 1913 is when the plot started. And they started plotting against the people in 1913. This whole system has taken, you know what? What I try to get people to understand is this. I always use these two in general. The first thing is the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment says you have the right to bear arms. You have the right. Not privilege. Privilege is when you get a license. A license is a privilege. It's a permit. Permit means a privilege in order. You have permission to get a arm. Is what the real word for it is. See, they got commercial lingo and they got lawful lingo. But people are using the commercial lingo. And when you use an arm is lawful. A gun is commercial. So when you say you got a gun, you're using commercial lingo, means to put you in the jurisdiction of the corporation. And this is why I'm doing. This is why I say my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. One purpose is to gain knowledge in the earth. They have did a number on our people for over 100 years. They've taken your right to bear arms. So now if you get caught with an arm and you call it a gun, they can take you and put you in jail. But you have a right to bear it. Do you know people's minds are so twisted? They be like, well, everybody might have a gun then. If everybody have a gun, that's your right. That is your right. Not your privilege. But you know how many people is so, their mind is like, it's like this. Ain't nothing gonna get through. Their minds is not even open to get the information. Minds are locked. They can't see. And we try to give them understanding and understanding and overstanding. No, man, it's too much for them. Now, the next thing is you have the right to travel. Drive is another word, which is commercial lingo. But you do have the right to travel. Wagon, you have a right to travel. How it says, horse and carriage, wagon, or automobile. You have the right to travel. People should be, but they give you a privilege to drive. They give you, you got to have a privilege, which is a permit I don't think that's the first thing you get. You have to go and get a permit. So you have permission to drive until you get a quote unquote license. If y'all really understood, what's your purpose? Your purpose is to gain knowledge, number one, because the people are destroyed for the lack of it. And this is our purpose today. If y'all choose to stay that way, that's on you. I've made a promise, and I'm doing my promise. But if you choose to stay ignorant with the iniquity of the Greek and Roman Empire upon you, excuse me, hey, that's on you. Excuse me, y'all. Get my little. Excuse me. Woo. But it's on you from this point. But as we go down, it talks about the judgment on the daughters of Zion from verse 16. Man, excuse me. I don't know where that come from. From verse 16, this is going on today. This is talking about prophecy of today. Verse 16, I'm going to finish up verse 14. I finished the end of 14 with, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. Verse 15, what mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor? Of the poor, saith Yah of hosts. So this is what they're doing. This is what the system is doing. The system is doing all this they're sharing now. This is the judgment on the daughters of Zion. The daughters is our women of today. This is the judgment upon them. But check it out. I was going to hit at 24, but I started at 16, so I'll go ahead and read that on down. From 16 to 26, and then I'm going to give you the conclusion before we go to part 2. Verse 16, moreover, Yah said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. Y'all know our women are haughty. They think they know it all. They got the system behind them. Because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks. Ain't that what the women be doing? Stretched forth neck and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go. Y'all know how these women are. And this is the scripture talking, it ain't me. And making a tinkling with their feet. 17. Therefore, Yah will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. Now, all these women out here wearing all these fake hair, right? Lately, they've been talking about a lot of diseases and a lot of bugs and stuff in the hair, in this fake hair. And these women can't stop putting them on. A lot of them don't want to go natural. Some of them are going bald, which you're going to hear in here soon as well. Verse 17, therefore Yah will smite with the scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. And Yah will discover their secret parts. Right? All the things that they think they're doing, they think they're getting away with. 18. In that day, Yah will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet. The bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet. And their caws and their round tires like the moon. Big old round earrings. You know the big old round earrings they be wearing? 19. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers. 20. The bonnets. You see the bonnets? When Monique talking about the bonnets at one time? The bonnets and the ornaments of the legs. And the headbands and the tables. And the tablets. Tablets and the earrings. 21. The rings and nose jewels. They used to have nose jewels, right? The rings and the nose jewels. The changeable suits of apparel. and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the little pins that be put in their head. 23. The glasses and the fine linen, and the hoods and the veils. You know the hoods. You know women wear all that. 24. Now, and it shall come to pass. It shall come to pass. Watch what happens. Verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And a lot of them women stink between their legs today. Instead of sweet smell, they think, and then that smell turn into stink. I'm just going to say that. And instead of sweet smell, there should be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. A lot of their clothes is rent now. They're not.
I want to say too, about that, about you said about the stench.
Talk to me.
I don't know if you ever noticed these commercials now. They got this full body deodorant. They got something called full body deodorant now, where instead of just deodorant that go under your arms, they say it's for, your butt crack, your everything.
Really?
Yeah, because, I don't know why it's designed like that, but you know what? I heard somebody theorize on it and say that, a lot of the girls, this era is not wiping, they not smelling, they coming to school, smelling funky under they, because they ain't taught how to really
Clean themselves.
proper hygiene. But yeah, this is a new thing amongst this era of women and even men, because they make it for men too. That can you can put it on your down there and everything, and so it's all over body deodorant. You know what I mean?
That is sad.
Because it's getting to the point where people don't know how to do that, but they had to make a whole body. We didn't have this back in the day. We just put a deodorant under our arms and that was it. But now you got whole body deodorant.
That's crazy.
For your feet, for your, all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
So you see the prophecy, don't you? Huh?
We can definitely tie it into that for sure. You know what I mean? I never read this in there, so this is, showing me something right now.
Yeah, I tell you, this is prophecy. This prophecy, bro. That's what I'm saying. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I remember seeing every commercial back in the day, but you brought it out because I ain't seen that in a minute. But they got stuff they got for poop. They got something that they put in the toilet. They got all kinds of stuff for stink nowadays. A lot of stuff they doing nowadays. And like you said, bro, it's sad that they got a full body deodorant for down between the legs, under their arms, and it's sad. Because a lot of these women, a lot of them, they clean themselves. They get up and they go. They get up and go.
Also the food they eat, and too, it causes, the food, a lot of food you eat make you stink. If you, I know vegans, it's they pretty much don't have a lot of the odor that meat eaters will have because of what's in the ingredients and all of this processed food.
Right.
I noticed that, it's, it's a certain scent that people have that versus somebody who don't make vegetarian, vegan, they don't have don't sense, certain hormones and stuff that you eat in the meat.
Right.
Cause the body to have certain odors.
Right.
Yeah. Even when the meat get all clogged up in your guts, you can have bad breath.
That's a fact.
All of that. So yeah.
You know what? Since you said that, I was just thinking about what's the name of that? Adam Chandler did. He did something too. When this guy had bad breath. I mean, bad breath, But the point is, you're right. It's a lot of stuff going on today. But prophecy speaks for itself. Prophecy speak for itself. And in verse 24 again, we'll go hit 24 again. It says, and it shall come to pass. See, when it said it shall come to pass, he started a whole new statement, let it be known something compared to what he just talked about. So when he say it shall come to pass, this is prophecy. It's something to prophesy. He prophesizing. He says, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent, which is a lot of women, they wearing clothes today that's rent or torn. It says, and instead of well-set hair, baldness. How many of these women are bald up under their wigs and under up under their weaves and stuff today? They bald. All this right here is prophecy.
And we're seeing that. I noticed that, it used to be like original women, black women then, so-called black women, they used to have some of the most beautiful hair coming up, you know what I mean? And
yep.
It's like, now all of them is bald or got wigs and just, I won't say that with all of them, but it's like the majority that I see in the urban areas, they don't, unless they got some dreadlocks that's long and connected, like I don't see this the natural.
Exactly.
Long hair no more. It's like you said, they more bald, they having to get weaves and all kind of stuff. Like it's just crazy. Even the bodies, they used to have some of the most beautiful bodies, figure-wise. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most beautiful figures, and now it's like they different. Now you see, it's like some of the white girls. Now you see them more shapely and more in tone.
Yep.
Then you see guys like they got it now. It's weird. I don't know, man, what it is, man, but like. That's something I noticed, man. White women wasn't shaped like they is now.
Exactly.
Sisters used to be more shaped out than them, but now they starting to look like I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? With the hair, everything. It's wild to me, man. I don't know. But that's another observation that it seems like it's going into what you're saying. But yeah.
Hey, it's prophecy. This all is prophesied of what's coming to be, because in 4 and 1, it's what's coming up in this point in day now. But it states, it says, and instead of well-set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomacher, girding of sackcloth. And burning instead of beauty. A lot of burning instead of beauty. Now, I don't know what that could mean. Like they could be burning hair or burning, I don't know. It could mean it many different ways. Them women know, because all this is about the women. Starting at verse 16, it says, moreover, Yah said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. This is verse 16. And wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Back over here to 20, burn instead of beauty, 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and this is what has happened. Thy men shall fall by the sword. So a lot of men going to be falling out there in the streets. And thy mighty in the war, and thy mighty in the war. 26. And her gate shall be lamented, means she'll be crying and mourn. And she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. She'll be all alone sitting on the ground, meaning that she ain't got nowhere to turn to, like today. Look at this. That just hit me. Like today, these women ain't got nobody to turn to. They think they are that. You can't tell them nothing. They still, like I said, with stretched forth neck, like I said in verse 16. Moreover, Yah said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, always wanting something, wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. 9:26. And her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Meaning she being with nothing, she gonna sit upon the ground. All that's coming. Now, 4 and 1. And in that day, meaning in that time, in the days that's going on, that day is actually in that 1,000 years, in that time is going on. It says that day is not one day. 1,000 years to the Creator is a day. So, and in that time, which is in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. That's coming. You know why that's coming? This right here, the pen and pad is going to change a lot once people start getting the knowledge. Once people start getting the knowledge, the pen and pad going to change a lot of stuff. Excuse me. All of a sudden, oh, we got Sister Julia coming in. Sister Julia, good to see you, sis. What's going on with you? I'm glad you was able to make it. You were able to make it. And right now, we just got through doing, I'm going to read chapter 4 one more time, 1 and 4, which is actually happening now. And like I said, I've actually posted it on my, because we got a lot of, feel wet. I've got a lot of, we got a lot of polygamy, polygyny, or, you know, a lot of women are standing up now talking about and understanding that, you know, a man needs more than one woman. And not only that the man needs more than one woman, that the women need help as well by having a sister wife in the house with them. A lot of people are talking about that nowadays. It's really coming out. It's coming up. It's coming out. And to understand, see, and we got to understand, this is a spiritual and an awakening happening amongst our people. We're coming back to know who we are and where we are in the world today. But the key is, like I started off the whole conversation, what's our purpose? What's your purpose? What's your purpose in the earth? What's your purpose for being here? Why are we here on the earth? Why did your seed make it to this plane here in the earth today? We got a lot of people who are, some people would say, useless eaters. They just here for nothing. Then you got a lot of people that's here for a purpose, and they don't even know their purpose. And you got a lot of people who don't even care about their purpose. They're just here living the world because the world is giving them what they're giving them. But the key is this. Esau, and I shared this in the conversation earlier. Esau was given a promise. And his promise, he's holding strong to the birthright that he sold to us. He's holding strong to it. And we got to use this to get our birthright back. The pen and paper, which is the iron rod. This is where we are today. We have to know how to get back where we're supposed to be in order to stand as we should as a people and to be freed from the system. Because people don't realize they're slaves. They are slaves to this system. When you call yourself a citizen, you are a slave. Slav. No different than Prince. How he would, no matter, see how Prince was living lavishly. Michael Jackson was living lavishly. They were living beyond the means of regular people. But they were slaves. No different than the average working man that's getting up, going to work every day. They're slaves. You're being taught to be a slave from kindergarten till you graduate, and then as you go to work every day. You're being a slave for the system. It's 3 ways. Just hit me. I just gave you one. This the average way, which would we get up, go to work, go home. Well, first, get up, go to school, go to lunch, back to class, then home. Until you graduate, and then either go to college, do the same thing, or come out of school and then go to work. Get up, go to work, go to lunch, back to work, then home. As a battery in the matrix. This is the problem of today, and people don't understand why that this is how they're living. But it's time to wake up. We're in the day now. Our time, I just read in Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1, 2, and 3. We are in the day not to wake up, but it's up to you to want to wake up. And until you wake up, as it states in there, you got to seek the Creator's word. You got to seek his way. Once you do that, you'll be able to see. But until then, we're at the end of part 1. We're going to go into part 2. So before we do, I'd just like to say, I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm the same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwell, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see. That Mikael is really me. We go ready to pause. I'm not going to go through the formalities with Zoom because they get everything at the end since this is just one full video. But we'll share everything else at the end of part 1 with everybody else. So Zoom, we're going to pause you. Julia, you can hold on. But G1, you can hold on real quick. Just want to pause this real quick. Zoom, we'll be right back with part 2. Peace. All right. And for everybody else, for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube Live, if you'd like to get in contact with me, if anybody listening would like to get in contact with me, you're welcome to give me a call or text me at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. Or you can email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. You can also connect with me on YouTube. My YouTube and my Twitter, which used to be X, which is formerly Twitter, which is X now. My YouTube and my Twitter is JuicePro33. That's JuicePro33. That's JuicePro33. All together. Also, you can catch me on Instagram and TikTok. That's Instagram and TikTok with LKHYYM_the juice. That's LKHYYM_THEJUICE. You can also catch me on Instagram under Michael Juice Harris altogether. That's on Instagram, on TikTok. That TikTok under MichaelTheJuiceHarris. There's Michael the Juice Harris on TikTok as well. And also you can catch me on Facebook. My Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is MI_CHAEL space HARRIS. That's MI_CHAEL space HARRIS. Excuse me. And for my full version, you can also go to the video on YouTube of JuicePro33, JuicePro33. You can go to the video on there for the full version. And you can also catch me on patreon.com/LKHYYM and rumble.com /LKHYYM. That's Patreon and rumble.com /LKHYYM. So we get ready to say quits for part 1 of excuse me. What's your purpose? What is your purpose? What's your purpose? And once we understand our purpose here on earth, we can really get started with whatever it is that we can do. We just have to step into it, ask the Creator to lead and guide us in it, and we can start to grow from that point on. So other than that, let me see, over here on on Facebook first. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Love you, appreciate love you, and always. Peace. We'll be right back with part 2. This is What's Your Purpose? Peace. What's your purpose? All right. And also on Instagram. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. We'll be right back with part 2. I'll see you soon. Love you, appreciate love you, and always. Peace. All righty. And over here on YouTube Live, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. See you soon and always. Peace.